Hello. So this video is part one of using virtual classroom for your students to give their presentations. And what this is going to allow us to do is it is going to allow your students to present so that you can see their face. They will not have a mask on, but it will be live. So that way students will have the experience of giving a presentation when there's an audience. Your students will be able to see the other people who are attending the meeting. So I think this will be a really good way to continue to develop our student skills. So this first part is just going to walk you through how to set up the virtual classroom. And then there is a second video that will walk you through how, once you're all into the virtual classroom, how your students will be able to give presentations and share their screens and those things. So you'll go into your class, and the idea is you'll schedule these virtual classrooms for the same time that you would normally meet during a class, and you'll do that. And so when I go that, it takes me to the screen, and you'll see here are active meetings. So I've been doing a lot of test meetings. And then recorded meetings are meetings that have ended that I have recorded. And so I strongly suggest that you record these sessions. That way, if you ever need to go back and watch the presentations again or double check something, you have that. So when you have your schedule and you know what's going on, you go down to this red plus and you will schedule the meeting. And you will need to give it a name. So I think this one can be, and then you would put the date. So let's say these were on the 21st and the meeting time. Now this is really important, and I learned this earlier today. So let's say that your class meets at 10:30. If you start your meeting at 10:30 and schedule it for that, you as the host cannot start that meeting any earlier than 10:30. So I would suggest maybe starting it 5 minutes before class. That way you can get in, and then as your students come, they can get in and get settled. Now, one thing to be aware of is currently the maximum time that you are allowed for a virtual meeting is 60 minutes. Now, if we're having 50-minute classes, that's not a big deal, but I do know, for example, in Summer Start, your classes are an hour and a half. So either you'll just plan for a shorter day. If you're unable to get everyone's presentations in that 60 minutes, you can just schedule a second meeting immediately following. And then you have options down here. I would click automatically record. Now, if you publish it, that means that your students can go back and watch it, which you may want them to do, especially if you have a student kind of who misses or something like that. But you always have the option to publish it if you just do that. Do not invite the entire class. So the idea behind this is, for right now, is that the students, if you have your gold group and your black group, the students on the gold group day, you would invite them to that day. And then allow external participants would be if you wanted someone else to be in that meeting that was not in your class. Okay, so I will save that. We're good to go. Now you see it down here. And if I click on these three arrows, I can manage the invites. So this, why I'm in my Old Spring section, is to show you what it looks like with actual students. So I just go through and pick the names of, say these were my gold day students. I would save that, and then they would receive an invitation via email that has the link to get them into the meeting. I'm not going to do that because those are real students. And so that's what you would do there. And then you can always go back and edit. And then if you're ready to start your meeting, you would hit launch, and it will come to here. Now here you see I cannot enter the room because it starts in 1 week, 5 days, and 9 hours. But this is kind of what it looks like. And then you can refer to video. The second video will talk you through what happens when your students are there.